What is the most ridiculous for men product according to you? I once bought hand lotion for men. It was just normal hand lotion in consistency, but my hands smelled like Axe body spray. Pretty nasty. Yoga pads for men. I saw an ad on Reddit a year or so ago. Some bloke selling yoga pads for men. They were just foam camping mats, but had prints of wood or brick or something. For $150 or something stupid. This Adidas body wash for men my ex-boyfriend has. It says protein on the bottle. Does rubbing protein body wash on yourself make you manly? Well, yeah, why else would I rub my body with jizz? I saw sunscreen for men once, because apparently regular sunscreen is too feminine. Accidentally bought this once for a mountaineering trip. Everyone poured sweat the whole way up. By the time we hit the peak, our group smelled like a Hollister store. One of the worst was, Kleenex did tissues for men. May as well just called them jizz rags. Or maybe they were a justified heavier dutier version of their product. My beard stubble sheds normal Kleenex so that it leaves little bits of shredded tissues on my face after I blow my nose. My dad is one of those baby boomer mechanic types, and he was telling me this story once. As he was entering a supermarket, a promo girl offered him some yogurt for men, and he replied, "I cannot think of anything more gay." He then told me about how on the way out he went back to the promo girl and said, "Actually, my son might like some of that." Thanks, Dad. Remember when Dr. Pepper changed their marketing campaign inexplicably to present Dr. Pepper as a manly drink for men? What were they trying to accomplish there? Reverse psychology, where women all buy the product as a you to the commercial? Or were they legitimately concerned that not enough men were drinking Dr. Pepper? Research shows that Diet Pop is generally only consumed by women. They were trying to create a Diet Pop for guys, and their over-the-top advertisements were part of the plan. As an American, I thought the man-sized tissues in England were hilarious. And the greatest fraud is, they aren't even the size of the average man. Late, buried, maybe redundant, but I can't resist. These products are not necessarily targeted at men, but rather at the people who buy things for men. Think mom buying shampoo for a sporadically hygienic teenage boy. Best not to buy him anything even remotely feminine to touch his pimply, insecure body. Want to get your husband to stop using your shower poof on his hairy ass? Buy a grenade-shaped one just for him. Same thing goes with every craptastic Father's Day gift soon to show up at every store in the next few weeks. No self-respecting guy would ever buy a cheap 3-in-1 cologne gift pack with matching case, but relatives flopping through stores bereft of good gift ideas will snap them up like Subway rats on a spilled bag of Cheetos. Men's deodorant works better than women's. I buy men's because women's doesn't work for me. They make them different because I guess women aren't supposed to sweat according to these companies. So that's pretty BS. But I mean, most products that are for men or for women are BS by principle. I have different experiences. I was tired of paying twice the price for men's clinical strength deodorant when the women's has the same amount of aluminum zirconium. I have used ladies' deodorant for years. We bought some Kumato tomatoes that says 2014 award for best foods for men from Men's Health magazine. I'm not sure what's weirder, that there's an award for a tomato for men or that it was from 2014. I don't know, I heard somewhere that tomatoes reduce the risk of prostate cancer, which pretty obviously affects men. Do you know why those tomatoes were chosen? The men's bath sponges are marketed as shower tools and detailers. They are literally bath poofs with a washcloth stitched on the back. Get over your hypermasculine self and go to the dollar store and get a damn bath poof. I have a poof, with a frog stitched on it of course, and an Axe detailer type. Honestly, the detailer is way nicer. It's easier to hold, I can use less soap to lather it up, and the backside is rough to wash my feet and keep me soft. Worth the extra $1. It should be a man thing though, it's just a good tool to bathe a human with. I think bikes are a weird one. Girls' bikes don't have a crossbar, which I can see might have been an issue when we all wore bloomers and ankle-length skirts, but nowadays we don't do that so much. My coworker wants to create a chapstick for men. I have tried too many times explaining to him that men's chapstick would just be called chapstick. He's not hearing that though, and he wants to call it lip slide. That is not a manly name at all. Your friend has a horrible marketing instinct. Lip slide sounds like a cocktail at a gay bar. Band-aids. Male band-aids are just these little brown strips. The female varieties are big, fluffy, white, come in colorful packaging covered in birds, and they even have their own aisle in most stores. Plus, women apparently get Band-Aid dispensers in their bathrooms. Lame. Pretty much any soft drink marketed for men, or vice versa, is a little bizarre to me. Coke Zero, Dr. Pepper 10, maybe I'm not manly enough for these brands to resonate. Conversely, I've always wondered how light beers manage to avoid being perceived as girly when they taste like nothing and contain barely more alcohol than a Shirley Temple. Meanwhile, it's impossible to buy nail clippers at Target without feeling like a cross-dresser. Dead in the middle of the makeup aisle. I was looking for them at Target the other day. According to my girlfriend who worked for Clinique, their For Men line of personal care products, cleansers, moisturizers, etc., are the exact same formulas as a standard line. Putting For Men on them with gray packaging made men start buying them. Dove men's body soap. It doubles as a face wash. My girlfriend about lost it reading that. That's one of the only 2 body washes that does anything for me, the deep cleaning type. I was at Target the other day and they had a whole bunch of household cleaning products. For men. I think it was called Hero Clean. They were all in the clearance section for like 60% off. Razors for men. Why? I've shaved with For Women razors before and there's no blade or difference. There should be razors, period. Razors for men are just razors. The reason why they add For Men is to emphasize that there are razors for women, in hopes women will be more likely to buy those. Razors for women are more expensive. This is because they often have extra meaningless designs and more vibrant color variations. Essentially, a slightly nicer looking piece of plastic over top of the same razor blade design to mark up the price by a few bucks. The men's products in this case aren't the bullshit ones, it's the women's razors that are. And it's 1000% the fault of people who fall for it and buy those products. That hack comedian Adam Carolla owns a winery that sells Brose, a line of rose wine for men. I think the manliest smelling thing ever was my Wilkinson, a Sword Original aftershave. I found it in a box of my grandpa's stuff and tried it on. That whole day I had ladies say I smelt really good, and my friend's mom asked me what I was wearing, and I told her, and she said her dad wore that stuff, and she loved the smell of it. Keep in mind, my grandpa's been dead for a while. This stuff was not new and just smelt like smoking a cigar, while shooting swans in the air, while having his falcon catch the swans and bring him back brandy. Body washes. I've never ever been able to distinctly smell what body wash someone uses. So it's, what do you want to smell while showering? I alternate between girly flower scents and many musky cedarwood, and I find it weird there's such a vast divide between gendered soaps. Axe body spray. It's not for men, it's for teenage boys who believe the marketing enough to think that's what men smell like. I think it's fine in moderation. Basically, just a slightly shittier smelling cologne. The problem with teenagers, like some of my classmates, is they drench themselves in it. There's an Axe body detailer. That's essentially a loofah, because I guess men are too manly for loofahs. My girlfriend bought me one of these once. I still soap my balls with her poof. It was much softer than the Axe one anyway. Deodorant. I paid over $10 for deodorant for overactive sweat glands. Found out the same high percentage of the active ingredient was found in ladies' deodorant for half the price. Huh? I've always seen guys' deodorant as cheaper in the drugstore where I buy mine. I just saw one yesterday that had me shaking my head and wondering what the F. Gold Bond's medicated powder for men? Oh F, come on. Enough already. I'm not buying this. I am perfectly happy with the generic dollar store baby powder that I hardly ever use. Works just fine when I need it. I'm not paying extra for men-only version. All the extra money just goes into advertising anyway, and I hate advertising. There's only one thing you gotta do to get my business. Make a good product at a good price. The second you start to patronize me, you've lost me. And that's all a For Men product is 99% of the time. It's all just a form of patronizing. You're too stupid to pick out the right product, so we put your name on it. Just saw an ad for it yesterday on ESPN. There was a sports star endorsing it. It exists. And while baby powder is not exactly the same, they're used by men the same way for the same thing. Unless they come out with a For Women formula, then I am sticking with an assessment that Gold Bonds is patronizing. There's nothing other than advertising that makes this a better product for men. Shampoo, conditioner, after using the same high quality that they used at a salon for years now, I cringe whenever I see the for men stuff. In India, there's a women's product line called Fair and Lovely. It's all about fairness creams, etc. Now the same stuff is packaged for men and sold as Fair and Handsome. A colleague uses the Fair and Handsome face wash. I have not seen the slightest change in his skin color, and obviously he has not become Brad Pitt either. It's utter nonsense. I have Fair and Handsome to thank for one of the sweeter memories I have from living in India. I lived in a small town outside of Darjeeling, West Bengal. One day I was taking a walk through the town I had just moved to. A very young girl was playing in the front yard of her house when I was walking by. She came running toward me with such enthusiasm. She stopped in front of me with a huge grin and hands on her hip and said, "Hello, handsome." I cracked up laughing, as did she, and she ran off to play. Even though it was from a small child, it really made my day. Later I discovered she was just quoting a Fair and Handsome commercial. I miss India every day. Be proud to be Indian. As many problems as India has, being lovely with a genuine, sincere, and open personality isn't one of them, and something the rest of the world could learn a thing or two about. I work as a manager at a 4-star spa, and I would have to say men's facials. We literally use the exact same products on the men and the women, but if someone comes in and says they are getting the men's facial, they feel better than just saying they are getting a facial. Blows my mind. Or, how if you get just a regular men's haircut from one of our regular stylists, it's $25, but if you get a shave and a haircut from our master barber, read a person who also went to cosmetology school just like our female stylist, but is a man, not a woman, the cost is $80. You wouldn't believe how many guys opt for the shave and haircut instead. Men's specific shampoo. It doesn't matter what you use as long as you don't smell incredibly fruity. Even a bar of soap is fine if I want to wash my hair. Anything that is for men is just so that there can be also a for women product. Market research has shown that women are willing to pay more for a product if there is a male counterpart than if it is a unisex product. Men will pay the same as they would for a unisex product. It's all marketing BS to make women spend more.